Assemblefire. The third
Hulk, yeah, Hulk.
The third
Sorry,
team,
it was Hulk.
yeah, the third team from Thailand coming into this tournament. There is a lot of Thai representation, as Rival are from the Taiwan area, or at least the majority of the roster are. As we do head into the picks, we'll see what they decide to rock with. This isn't set in stone. They are able to adjust before the match even starts. But for now, what will the play be as we do head it back to the headquarters of Hydra?
Dude, I feel like we paid the rental cost here. We always have domination in the Hell's Haven, so we might as well make the most out of it. We'll have all. We gotta use this all up.
It's surprising. It's always been either Burn into Chala or Hell's Haven. We haven't seen Krakoa.
We haven't seen Krakoa,
which is kind of shocking in a way.
Yeah, I'd really want to see the Krakoa map, especially the big forest area too. I feel like that's a really good spot for a lot of dive and just a lot of long-range poke that you could set up with. But seems like we're rocking to Hell's Haven again. Not gonna lie, I do like this map. There are a lot of good potential here, and it seems like they are still gonna go for this Johnny Storm synergy.
Ooh.
But they are waiting for the teleport from Mafia.
Where's it gonna be? Are they gonna do it in the face, or are they gonna go for high ground advantage? Unless the answer will be the latter. Assemblefire will get early high ground advantage. Rival will discover that and will need to plan accordingly. But they don't need to plan anymore, as Maui is able to open up. But the BRB going to be burned by Xenos onto that storm. But we'll see what the plan comes in, as this Magneto tanking up so much ability, so much damage. And now the site does open up. Will we see a labored fight from both sides? Unless Irmo will find a for real pick, as Maui will find the second pick around onto the storm. And it looks like that momentum will shift into Rival's favor. And they desperately need that if they want to stay alive in this tournament.
You gotta love the harassment on Irmo. We were talking about Maui tanking all the frontline damage for Irmo to have a tag team tandem with him to be able to just disrupt the strategists from healing up the frontline. So excellent job. The first piece of the domino did fall, and now they do change up. CQB going with the Luna and Cassius on the Invisible Woman. So will this change up be all right? Because, oh, sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong side. My bad. I'm tripping. And they're still sticking to Xenos and the Rocket Raccoon. My God. Rivals still holding on here. So how will Assemblefire take up this point?
We'll see. Assemblefire have the ultimate advantage for the time being. 0-1 does have the Strangling Prison, but it's not going to be needed as a double elimination going over to the side of Assemblefire. Make it a third as they are cleaning up house, and Assemblefire are quick to retake that point.
Yeah, and not even at the 50% mark, so that's actually a good retake on their side. However, they are going to have to win this next team fight. They do have the Strangling Person from 0-1. We're going to get a silence on the side of the Groot. Xeno is just having a field day here, just being able to heal and jump, but up above, you have to be very careful. There could be someone to go for that dive. It seems like Irmo is going to try to attack the Invisible Woman and try to push while we go for the ultimates.
Dance of the Butterfly going to be used, but it looks like the Invisible Domain is going to be used immediately to counter, as the Omega Hurricane going to be used as well. Bolster it up a little bit with the Magneto Bubble. But for now, Assemblefire still have control of that, as the Meteor is going to be used to counter the Supernova. We'll see if that will pay dividends here, as another KO comes in. Bobo King with the second, might even go for a third, but it's going to be taken away by Irmo as he takes away another as well. And now Rivals, this push and pull dynamic of both of these teams is in full effect as we head into this next fight with Rival having control.
You gotta love the ebbs and flows, right? Like Irmo able to actually, I would say, gank and set up a flank to be able to go for the strategist, go for the duelist, while Mauli just sets up shop. But Bobo King and Hope really being the main damage dealers, really picking their shots very well. So now Irmo is gonna try to set up a crossfire here as we do focus our attention onto the rocket able to actually use his ultimate here just to keep everyone alive. Slow Soldier taking out Hope in the process. 0-1 with a Strangling Prison, and now it's all in Assemblefire's favor here. A two-piece. Make that a three-piece. No, we continue on, and Assemblefire can contain this this area. They will win this team fight, and it's just a back and forth, Dan.
Yeah, Assemblefire, we're in a good spot to take that site. Rival didn't have many ultimates available to counter. The only sort of sustained ultimate they had from Rival was that Freedom Charge from Irmo. And Assemblefire, with the Strangling Prison, with the rest of the team, with Xenos to just keep the team alive with the CYA, is just enough to retake the point. And now Rival Esports, they have to retake once more.
They do. Bobo King does have a Dance of the Butterflies, but we do have the invisible boundary for the counter attempt here, and we do see that Bobo King taking out.
Oh my gosh! Wait!
And but now
do they know?
Able to get one. Oh, hang on. Let's see. It's about to be over, close to overtime. But look, the retake is potentially happening. Not quite. Bobo King still trying to add more damage to the board for the team.
Can anyone tap sight though? Is the main question. Overtime meter is going to go down. The meteor is going to wipe out the storm. Rival, they need to use this chance to go right here, right now. Great shove away from the fate of both worlds. That's one of the strategies from Assemblefire, down and out of the fight. Rival need to keep going. Fate of both worlds and the Supernova trying to do as much work as possible. 0-1 has the Strangling Prison. Wow. That might be their last resort coming in for Rival Esports. Rival need to keep going. There's the Strangling Prison, but it's going to be poorly timed with the Invisible Domain, going to keep everyone alive. And now Rival, now they should be in control. The Strange trying to buy a bit of time. Slowest Soldier will be the slowest to go down, as the rest of Rival will retake the site once more. Irmo doing his best to just play zone, as this Human Torch actually goes in and staggers himself for free.
Yeah, they still have to hold on to this point, but everyone is too far. They don't have the Doctor Strange portal to even touch point. Can anyone even make it? One was able to touch point, and now they need to hold on to this. The Groot's still making his way back. We're going to see the invisible boundary on the side of Assemblefire, and the Dance of Butterfly able to only take out one. We do have the invisible boundary still keeping everyone alive, but not that Kingdom God. And now Hope able to take out more and more here. They're piling on the damage. There is going to be a stagger on the side of Assemblefire, but can they still hold on? It seems like Hope still wants to take out more than just one. The Raccoon is still staying alive.
Bobo King might be the X factor here in this team fight. Right now, everyone on Rival trying to push, trying to keep going. Half of Assemblefire are down. Make it more. Kingdom God the only one, and he will fall. Both teams making it to 99-99. But it looks like Rival will be the first to get that 100.
It was quite unfortunate that the Human Torch going out of spawn and unfortunately giving away a free KO, kind of staggering the rest of the team. And like you said, it was a really close team fight all the way to the end. So you gotta wonder, if that stagger did not happen, could Assemblefire could have retake the point? Or would it still be Rival Esports? Again, you kind of have to have a goldfish memory as we move towards round number 2 and just move on and try to do a little bit better. However, this is the most back and forth game we have been seeing. A lot of retakes, a lot of team fights going the distance. How will Rival Esports sustain this momentum, or how will Assemblefire clutch up and get back this map number 2?
You can see both teams utilizing the Penny Parker and Rocket Raccoon team-up ability to get that bonus HP kicking in. Something very much worth it to do before these domination fights.
Stay hydrated, guys. We're losing our voices over this intense back and forth. So far, Maoli does have that Meteor M to kind of initiate a team fight. It was Assemblefire to win the first team fight. But this factory area, there are some Spider-Man pulls, but we don't have any Spider-Mans as of yet. We have some pushes from Invisible Woman, though. And we see Mafia giving the bubble and also the Meteor M to try and get a dunk on anyone. No one.
Mafia doesn't time the screen well, but it doesn't even matter. As these ultimates are going to be kicking in. There's the invisible boundary coming in from Cassius. That the first ultimate to be burned, as Hope is able to rain down a knockout as the rest of Rival clean up house, and they will take early control.
Yeah, so it seems like they have definitely kept up with the pace of Assemblefire, and right now they seem a lot more confident in their team fights, and they can come into the next one with an ult advantage, with CQB, Hope, and Bobo King holding on to theirs. We do have a defensive ult on the side of, what's that, Cloak and Dagger, but we do see the Dance of the Butterflies. Can he take anyone out just yet? No, they're going to force CQB to go for the fate of both worlds to stay, keep everyone alive. Slowest Soldier unable to take anyone out, but Bobo King still trying to get some pickoffs here, with Galactic Legend also get picked off here, and now Bobo King taking out the Johnny Storm.
Yeah, the Storm, Johnny Storm wasn't able to get into that invisible boundary, wasn't able to get the healing down, but the Great Straggling Prison is going to take out 2, but there's 2 back on the side of Rival. Will Rival hold, or will they fall as the rest of Assemblefire are faltering away? Kingdom God can't find an avenue of entry, as Slowest Soldier going to be soloed down by Irmo, as the rest of Assemblefire need to regroup.
The way that Rivals was able to displace everyone and just use and slowly pick off everyone, and the I would say the displacement of that Johnny Storm unable to go towards the invisible boundary. So right now they got to move in as a unit, but the thing is, the slow push here allows the Bobo King to be able to snipe in from behind, and Irmo is going to try to disrupt the backline and focus fire on to the strategists of Assemblefire.
Great team play coming in from Rival. They were able to find the overwhelming amount of damage onto that one strategist, as the rest of Rival, they're just keeping this momentum going. They're just not giving Assemblefire any room to work with. Great shooting coming out of Hope, and that'll just seal it. I think that's it, unless Mafia has something to say about it with the strange teleport. Will it be enough? Here we go. This fight just not over.
Butterflies. Oh my goodness, and they also have the Galactic Legend ready. It's going to be a team massacre courtesy of Bobo King, CQB, and Cassius. And just like that, they're going to continue to add on pressure. Is anyone going to even attempt? It seems like it's done and dusted. Rival Esports says checkmate.
Oh my goodness, what a fight. Assemblefire, they looked like they had Rival Esports by the throat in that first round, but then in the second round, that door of opportunity just slammed shut for Assemblefire. They just couldn't get a grip of any of those fights, and Rival, they need this win. They need that 1-game advantage going into this best of 3. But now the question comes, will Assemblefire adjust any of their team composition, or will they try to go for a map where it'll be much more in their favor?
So I think taking that out is really good on both sides. Bobo King's really good at pumping in damage from the backlines, especially with the turret, so taking that out is really good. However, though, he was popping off with that Psylocke. Yeah, so he's gonna, and Psylocke is goated in this map.
Yeah, Psylocke is definitely one of the strongest characters in this map in particular, with so many ways of going into the backline. But for now, again, it is Symbio. That first zone, you need to get through that long choke point, which most people might as well call it the mid lane. I like to call it mid. But there is definitely different ways. You have ways on the left, we have ways on the right, and it's just a matter of how will both these teams adapt and play. We've seen some teams just run it down mid. We've seen teams go towards the right side, and we'll see what the approach comes in. Right? Ooh, look at this though. Look at this though. Assemblefire though, they are in a very aggressive position down in the middle side of the map. Rival looking to lock horns unless they move towards the right side, and they will detect that early.
Yeah, Irmo trying to actually push towards the right side, but he's waiting for his right opportunity to strike. He does want to go after the Vanguards, or he actually go for it. I love how he's sneaking around the map. Chat, keep quiet. Irmo is cooking here. So we're going to see Hope try and go for it, and goes for the down here. Let's see if he's going to get any value out of him rotating in that angle.
Yeah, he's just buying time. He is slowly but surely separating the team of Assemblefire from what they're supposed to do, but Slowest Soldier finds a pick onto Bobo King, who wanted to get some sort of flanking pick, but wasn't able to do so successfully, as Slowest Soldier doing his best to deal out the damage. It is a choke point, so these AoE bullets coming out of this Bucky will be very, very strong.
Yeah, I mean, slowest soldier on that Winter Soldier. Nothing slow about those reactions from the to take out Bobo King. But now it seems like civil war is happening with Bobo King. Ermo getting eliminated by the slowest soldier. Slowest soldier popping off here. So let's see how he's going to be able to try and contain and keep them on this midway flank push. So Ermo still has a chance.
Strategist's ultimates are available for Assemblefire. Rival still looking to charge it up, but they will have it in time before Assemblefire use their ultimates. But Bobo King goes down again. This mid control coming in from Assemblefire is proving to be too much. Rival, will they adjust or will they try to brute force their way through the mid lane?
Remind me again, I think the Doctor Strange is still available, so if they want to cut some corners, they can try to go for a teleport strategy.
This is
but right
true.
now, they have their ultimates ready, so I think they want to try and push with their ultimates, but this allows Hope to go for his supernova,
here
but this just pops ultimates left and right. We see the Magneto, but we do see also the sustain on both sides with the Fate of Both Worlds, as well as the invisible boundary. No one gets taken out first. No, Kingdom God does get taken out first, but that's just one of the many equations here. Can they still hold on to the point, or will Rival Esports be able to unlock it?
Well, looks like they're able to do so with relative ease, albeit it's a bit labored. Lots of ultimates, lots of resources being dumped. A push and pull scenario coming in from Rival. Slow Soldier is able to find one. Here comes the Omega Hurricane to try to zone the rest of the team away. And it looks like they will be able to do so as the Freedom Charge is going to keep the team alive a little bit longer. But now Rival, they're finally going to get that first point.
If at first you don't succeed, build up your ults and try again, and they ran down mid, and they were able to win that team fight. Even though Rival Esports did have their ultimates ready, it was Assemblefire to kind of lead that charge. So right now, this is the push that usually staggers because of the turns that you have to do. So how Assemblefire will, they got to walk down this path, and it takes a while. Ermo already setting up a flank. Let's see if he's going to get some excellent pickoffs from this flank.
Doing what he does best. This area of after the first point is definitely a very difficult one. But for the flankers, it's going to be very, very good. As you have so much ways to dive in and out of cover, as a one-for-one trade will go into effect quickly as the Dance of the Butterfly trying to buy a bit of time, a little bit of zoning potential. But now Bobo King now on the wrong side of the map, and everyone is trying to focus him down. But he is able to get away. But for now, everything is slowly but surely going as the Strangling Prison doesn't seem like it found anyone, unless it did, as the Kraken Impact will kick in. 3 gone, 4 gone from Rival, as Assemblefire will hold for now.
Slowest Soldier popping off once again. Kraken Impact a little off-timed here. Unable to, well, actually could have saved it, but still, it's all good. He could build that up. So now, how will Rivals walk? It's another midway choke point here to keep the objective moving. Hope has been really good at peppering in some damage from up above. So let's see if Ermo can set up any flanks here as we actually move on towards the side here. And it seems like Ermo will not be setting up flanks because he is on that Doctor Strange. My apologies. And the Supernova is going to get called out. Let's see if we're going to see any Firestorms.
It's well timed.
As he tries to whittle down.
It's well timed, especially since the Eternal Bond is dying away, as the Meteor is going to kickstart another hold for Assemblefire. They are doing it. A minute and a half left for Rival Esports right now. And look at the ultimates available for Rival. They do have a chance to come back. Look at Bobo King. He is hiding, waiting for the rest of the team to strike. He is walking pretty far away right now.
Kinda is, but you got to be very careful because his value at the backlines could actually be very helpful. But now Kingdom God going for the Omega Hurricane. Everyone is displaced, forcing out an invisible boundary, as well as the Slowest Soldier trying to go for the Kraken Impact.
Goes down. CQB goes down. Rival Esports, they are slowly but surely falling away again. Another great hold coming in from Assemblefire. Kingdom God is going to clean up house, as will the rest of the team. Bobo King, he's here, but he is now gone.
Wow. Excellent way to retaliate for Assemblefire. Rival Esports has not pushed the point just yet, and we're almost at the final second. It's about to be 30 seconds on the clock. Irmo's still holding on to the Doctor Strange. Let's see if we're going to see any portal plays here. They're not overextending, but
they know
Kingdom
they're doing
God's
this.
trying to build up the ultimate.
They
there
know.
You go.
Yeah, they
Up
know they
above.
want to go. They're going to get that high ground advantage, but the second step is getting to that point, which Assemblefire are holding with their life. Slow Soldier will find a early pick onto Bobo King. Bobo King did have that dance of the butterfly, but a great Eye of Agamotto onto 3. Will it be enough? The internal bond is going to keep everyone alive on Assemblefire. Rival Esports, they need to go now. They need to keep going, but it doesn't look good. It looks really, really bad as Slow as
Dire
Soldier is
situation.
just going to keep going, making a triple, might even get a quad, but it's going to be taken away by 0-1. Bobo King with the desperation dance of the butterfly inside the invisible domain. It's going to get taken out. Mafia trying to do his best, but Rival keep going. There is a desperation push as the meteor will be used. Slow as Soldier trying to pepper down, pepper away, will immediately get a double, and that shuts down any sort of comeback.
Assemblefire bolstering up their defenses, able to actually stop the attempts. They had, I would say that Rivals had a lot of moments for them to be able to kind of win, push for the team fights, but I think once they weren't able to get the flanks going on, like you said, Bobo King was kind of displaced. They stopped going for the Captain America as well, and they tried to march down that mid lane. Couldn't get things going, so that plays in favor of Assemblefire. So now sides are going to get switched. Rivals is up by 1 point. However, can Assemblefire raise the stakes and push past that one, and we can finally see a 2-1 here in this game.
Yeah, great play coming in from great Assemblefire. Great hold as well. Slowest Soldier absolutely cooking on this Winter Soldier right now.
Yeah.
And he needs to keep going. He's gotten through the first half of this game. But this time around, this second round in this game, number 2, is where it all matters. Can they push through to the edge? Will we finally see the first game 3 of Marvel Rivals Ignite Stage 1?
One thing I like here is they got the Luna Hawkeye combo, and Bobo King has been kind of clicking heads here. So maybe Bobo King, not meant for flanking right now, but let's go for far-ranged damage. So they're cleaning up the real estate here at the top grounds. We're gonna see Hope trying to pepper up the skies just to keep them at bay. But yeah, see, able to actually go through some terrain here. So Bobo King needs to click some heads just to add that pressure. But as I say that, 0-1's already on point here, and he takes out Bobo King.
Uh-oh, this is not good for Rival Esports. Everyone on Rival are getting vulnerable by the Cloak and Dagger screen. This is so well played by Assemblefire. They are going in, guns blazing. And this first point, blink and you miss it, it's already gone.
It's gone. Not even 20 seconds on the, well, I would say 20 seconds that it started, and they've already captured the point. So now, Assemblefire looking very confident coming into this next team fight. Because it seems like they do have a defensive ult to work with while everyone else is still building up theirs, and they're going to take the fight even further away from the objective. They need to keep doing it.
Yeah, they need to get all the advantage possible. They need to up the tempo before Rival can even get their ultimates online and ready to go. Eternal Bond is available. So is the invisible domain for Assemblefire. This is looking really good for them, unless Maoli somehow, some way needs to get a godlike Eye of Agamotto. But it doesn't seem likely as the stun, it stuns up to 4!
Okay.
2 of them are gone! 2 of them are gone! As Rival need to hold. This is their desperation play. This needs to work for them unless they want to force a game number 3. But Assemblefire, they were able to clean up. And it looks all but over. Yes, so...
Okay, it seems like no one's going to touch point.
There it is.
Just like that, folks, we have ourselves a game number 3. Assemblefire clapping back. Seems like their map choice did pay off here at Symbiotic Surface. Game 3, baby. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I really thought Rival had a chance there. That was a huge Eye of Agamotto wiping out 2 members, but somehow Assemblefire, they're able to hold their ground. They're able to clap back.
Yeah.
And now,
and It just seems like night and the difference, right? Or the way that Assemblefire were able to lock in and really push past, not even force like overtime. They did very well on both attack and defender side. And I mean, just taking us back to the initial team fight at the start, we were talking about, yeah, okay, Bobo King able to, you know, bring out the Hawkeye is all good, but Groot just marched his way down.
But they do still opt for it. Look at this. Solar Soldier seemingly locking into Star-Lord. Kingdom God will lock the Adam Warlock, at least for now.
For now, right? We're not sure yet, chat, but let us know who you guys would want to win here. W's in the chat for either Rivals or Assemblefire. This is possibly the closest power level we are seeing, and just the constant back and forth and conversation that they are having. Rival Esports having a great domination start, and then Assemblefire, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, coming back in spectacular fashion in map number 2. But we settled the beef here at Yggdrasil.
Yep. Here we go. Like we've been talking about every time we've been on the streets of Yggdrasil, that notorious turn number 1. A very tough choke point for Assemblefire to go through. Can they get through it with relative ease, or will Rival hold some sort of resistance? We will figure that out now, as there is someone lurking in the side. It's going to be Irma with the Captain America, but he will rejoin the team.
True, they have their own dive comp here, 0-1. Just a bit of displacement. We do have also that Star-Lord with that cocoon revive of the Adam Warlock. So Kingdom God needs to get his shots on point and try to get the Karmic Revival going on. But we do see 0-1 gets frozen. Still the sustain and the Magneto bubble.
Oh my gosh, so much damage.
So much reward.
So much reward coming in. Like you said, Mafia is able to find a pick onto CQB. And Assemblefire looking good in this push so far. And they will get that convoy moving a little bit forward, as Solar Soldier doing absolute chaos on the back line. Will use the cocoon to get himself back and stay in the fight, as Bobo King needs to retreat to rejoin with the team.
Yeah, this allows them to gain so much ground, but Irmo's slowly trying to push for a flank position. Bobo King still staying in the high ground, but Venom is actually there, so he has to be very careful. And we do want to see that 1v1 with that Star-Lord, but Venom able to get that escapability. Mafia is going to try to add pressure onto this area here. He's going to get healed up, and Venom's going to join him in the front lines.
Yeah, they just need that control of this main choke point. One of many in this map, as they are able to do so with so much ease, as the Meteor is going to take out the Adam Warlock. But for now, everyone on Assemblefire doing their best to keep this push alive, but Rival are seemingly clapping back, but Assemble pull it right back.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows the revival, the cocoon of Adam Warlock bringing back to the team fight, and also Slowest Soldier having the confidence on just diving in because he can go for that cocoon. So now it just seems like the push past this turn for the second point is gonna be a good one. He's gonna actually pump them towards this tunnel area with a Galactic Legend, and this is gonna give so much ground for the point to be moved.
Yeah, you're not gonna get any KOs out of the Galactic Legend, and like you said, it just gives so much room for Assemblefire to push. And look at the value coming out. Mafia is able to get into position, control that choke point until there is ultimates available, as Irmo is going to pop the Freedom Charge, as so much ultimates being invested for a Rival to just get out of that choke point, as Mafia is able to find CQB. That's a huge kill, as there is no Fate of Both Worlds. It's available, but CQB goes down, and now with the second strategist of Assemblefire going down, this is not looking so good. But Assemblefire, they are getting the push going, as a Xenos is able to find 2, and they will continue the push. Hope adjusts to the Wolverine, but for now, this second point is looking very good.
Eternal Bond able to force out the Fate of Both Worlds on the side of Rivals, and now we continue on to try and push to unlock the second checkpoint. Mao Lee, he's gonna try to put the finishing touches onto the Luna Snow, able to get it. So now we do see Karmic Rebirth for him to be able to keep everyone alive. but then able to actually get Slowest Soldier back on the battlefield. And we do see the Meteor M is going to get used, strangling Prison to be able to get pickoffs left and right, and Assemble is a 2-to-1 pickoff, but we do get a revival on Soldier. They're still in this team fight.
That slow Soldier getting the revive down is able to find the pick onto CQB. That's going to be one of the strategies of Rival going down. Assemblefire, their push is looking good right now. So far, they just need a couple more eliminations, a couple more seconds of control. And for now, Assemblefire, they keep the momentum going. They will get that second point.
They will, and now able to actually get another stagger onto CQB. So just applying more pressure for the objective to keep moving. So just with the same type of team up, with the same type of energy, and also the karmic rebirths and the cocoons, just to keep everyone alive, for them not to stagger, is just paying dividends for Assemblefire to push for this last turn.
So much value coming in for Assemblefire. They need to make this final push if they want to put Rival at a terrible position that they need to go all the distance, all the way to force an overtime in this map number 3. But Assemblefire are looking hot. They're looking like to be on fire. How in the world did Xenos get that kill?
I know, he was inside the spawn and now able to get the KO. This is just really tough for Rivals to kind of come back from. They need to come in with a defensive ult or something just for them to be able to march their way out of spawn. But they do have the fate of both worlds. We do have Hope. Okay, last stand, forcing out anything. It seems like Hope able to take out Mafia. And now we continue on with Adam Warlock. He does have the Karmic Reaper. No, he does not. And now so much value on the side of Rivals because they have all their ultimates ready.
Even if they do give away the third point, Rival Esports, they will know that despite Assemblefire getting that third point, they won't have a lot of time to work with. Right now, it's just a matter of will they stall or will they just go all the way? So many ultimates available. We'll see that domino effect happening very, very soon.
Yeah, so now it is the Feast of the Abyss to come out first, as well as the Strangling Prison, and also the Invisible Boundary on the side of Rival Esports, forcing the fate of both worlds. But we do see a Kidnap onto the Venom. He does have the escape ability, but there's so much sustain on the side of Assemblefire. We have the death marks on the Cloak and Dagger gets taken out by Bobo King. Mauli also taking out some players from Assemblefire, and they're able to stay alive in this ultimate clash.
Yep. This Venom trying to do his best to survive. Bobo King wasn't able to land the reset of the Kraken impact, but still so much value coming in. Bobo King times the Kraken impact perfectly as soon as every other ultimate has been used. But Assemblefire, they're looking to have the edge right now in terms of the ultimate game.
They do. They're going to start out with the Eternal Bond. Galactic Legends also online, as well as Karmic Rebirth, just in case they need that buyback here. Hope has already used the last stand, as well as they're peppering in with a Meteor M. Now let's see.
Oh my gosh, the Soulbound survives.
Oh, look at that. Slowest Soldier able to go away. Galactic Legend trying to pepper up the Wolverine, and now they're back to spawn. Can anyone come out in time?
That is going to be the big question. Couple more meters left to go for Assemblefire, but it seems like Rival cannot make it work. But there is someone lurking on the site, just buying a bit of time. But here we go. The rest of the team is able to pile in. They are able to capitalize the Karmic Revival on the site just to keep this push going for just a bit longer. But Rival, they're trying to do their best to hold. Two go down. Bobo King will go down. Maui punching away, trying to stall as much as possible, but the rest of Assemblefire are looking good. They're looking hot. They are going to stay on fire and will most definitely secure that third point unless this Captain America is able to buy a bit of time. There is still one person working away. The fate of both worlds might be able to secure it for Assemblefire. It's still not over. Rival still have the fate of both worlds just to buy 12 more seconds as this fight has no signs of stopping. And Assemblefire, can they do it? Looks like they will. The kill feed lighting up in their favor. The Freedom Dive not going to be in time, not going to save the team. It's just going to be him and the Thing as the clobbering time is already over, and the rest of the team slowly but surely fall away. And Assemblefire keep it going and will put Rival in a very, very tough spot.
you got to give it up to Rivals with the way that they were coming in back and forth. They weren't able to team wipe them. Someone is always able to touch point. The Captain America, as well as the Fate of Both Worlds, keeping everyone alive, so he couldn't call it just yet. I mean, they really made Assemblefire work for every inch of that map, and they did do that. However, it is a 0-3, and Rival Esports really put in a tough spot here. Their backs are against the wall. And it seems like Assemblefire, this is their type of map. This is their type of game. They do want to keep pushing. And the fact that they have Adam Warlock is, I think, a good thing. And Slowest Soldier popped off with the Bucky in the previous map. Here with the Star-Lord just adding so much damage on the board, it just seems like it's a little overwhelming, especially at the start of the game. He was able to get so much pickoff.
And yeah, Rival Esports though, we do need to focus on them right now. The pressure is on them. The ball is in their court. Can they make it to the end and force an overtime? Or will they fall to Assemblefire in this game number 3? Both teams, again, looking for their first win in this tournament.
How poetic would this be, Dan, if it goes overtime, right?
Oh my gosh.
They're really fighting tooth and nail to get that victory. So, it seems like Bobo King, I agree with this, still on that Winter Soldier. He did really well with those pop-offs, but the fact still remains. They still have to deal with that dive and also that Magneto shield on the side of Assemblefire.
You will see, though, as we do round turn number 1, Kingdom God, the man on your screen who has been absolutely cooking on this Adam Warlock, as well as the Guardian's composition, which is well and alive on the side of Assemblefire. But Hope gets a big arc onto Kingdom God. But Kingdom God is able to use the thrust from the rocket jump.
That's crazy.
And is able to get himself out to safety.
I know, what an escape there by Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock's a flyer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, any pickoffs that are going to be done? It seems like Maoli able to have a mafia, but we do see that there is a trade-off in terms of, well, I would say duelists, but now we see that the Luna Snow trying to keep everyone alive, last stand, and now the Fate of Both Worlds keep everyone alive, as well as the bubble from the Cloak and Dagger. Still fighting tooth and nail for this point. Oh my god, 0-1. Feast of the Abyss takes 2.
That is a huge feast coming in. And oh my gosh, this fight. Assemblefire are holding for now. But most importantly, this convoy has rounded turn 1 as in the halfway point of turn 2. But Assemblefire, how much work can they do to pull this convoy back before Rival can get any more control?
That is the question. There's still a lot more time left on the clock for them to work. However, they do have the advantage of spawning close to it. But let's see the Meteor M if it's going to take anyone out. Unable. Oh,
it gets absorbed! It got absorbed by the other Magneto!
Crazy stuff, crazy plays. Bobo King taking 2 for 1. But the Karmic Revival to try to keep everyone alive. Cracking impact though. Death marks onto everyone. And the Galactic Legend. But we don't see anyone stay alive from Assemblefire. Bobo King wants to take everyone, and it seems like he's going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to touch point, and they don't have a Doctor Strange to portal in.
A rare mistake coming in from Kingdom God, uses the Karmic Revival, but suddenly realized that no one on his team had any way of keeping the team alive, no way of sustaining Xenos. I'm not sure where the Eternal Bond went, I'm not sure it was before or after the Karmic Revival went off, but they need to keep pushing now. Rival, they need to find ways to keep going, but it looks like the offensive is on the side of Rival. They will keep going. Bobo King with the shots. Oh my gosh, and it looks like this Adam Warlock needs to fizzle out, can't quite get away to use the cocoon, and Bobo King gets the uppercut down, and they will secure first point.
You gotta give it up to Slowest Soldier trying to go for the back lines, but you know what? They were just healing themselves while Bobo King was keeping his back lines protected. So that's what you gotta do as a duelist, guys. Protect your strategist at all costs, forcing Slowest Soldier to change it up. So they're not going for the Karmic Revival anymore. They're going for the Storm and Bucky combo. So let's see. It's going to be a mirror match of the Winter Soldier here. And he Kidnap able to actually get the displacement of Bobo King. And Slowest Soldier answers back.
Stun was huge coming in from the group, but the Fate of Both Worlds will nullify it as Irmo will find another pick onto 0-1. Rival, they need to keep going. They do have a lot of time under their belt, but this combination of Kraken Impact, Meteor into the Omega Hurricane, Assemblefire rain down to hell on Rival. So much ultimates being invested. A sensory overload for some players of Rival as they get absolutely staggered and wiped.
The retake was just insane. The slowest soldier getting that kidnap during the invisible boundary just took a leap of faith and just went for the kidnap onto Bobo King, got the displacement, and now Hope going for the Wolverine. Let's see if we can get any kidnaps going on. Any of the Vanguards and Duelists. We do see the Meteor M getting popped out here.
He's going to hunt down the Cloak and Dagger. Oh no, but the bit of the wall defends the Cloak and Daggers of Xenos to keep the Eternal Bond alive, and the rest of Assemblefire will just clean up house. Bobo King is able to find one, but will most definitely save the Kraken Impact for a better opportunity.
Yeah, Slowest Soldier is going to have to join his teammates here. He did get eliminated, but slowly but surely, everyone's kind of building up their ult. Rival Esports is going to come in with more utility in this next team fight because they do have that invisible barrier just in case for that defense. Let's see if Assemblefire can be ready for this next team fight and bring in any ultimates. It seems like we have a kidnap onto the Magneto, and Mafia gets taken out. We do see Cassius pull up the invisible barrier. We do see 3 of Assemblefire's ultimates being used, and no one. Hope actually takes out Slowest Soldier as he joins the team fight. So quite unfortunate on the side of Assemblefire trying to defend, but it's a Rival Esports to take this team fight.
Now the question is, how long can they control this choke point? This is going to be very, very important for Rival Esports if they want to stay alive in this game number 3. 1 minute left in the tank for Rival. That should be enough time, but this convoy is moving relatively slowly, but there is so much action happening as we move onto the halfway point, maybe at the 75% mark, as the Meteor finds Bobo King. That's no damage. The DPS is gone. It's all up to Hope with the last stand, and it doesn't seem like it did a whole lot, but Hope still able to find a pick onto one of the duelists of Assemblefire as Kingdom God will clean up Assemblefire. They're doing it. They're holding. They're going to stay alive as Assemblefire will defend, and now Rival, they need to go. They need to move now. Full court press coming in from Assemblefire as we reach the 10-second mark. Hope going to get discovered by 0-1. Will it be enough though? We'll see. Bobo King does find one. TP needs to go. 3 seconds left. Here we go. The fight will continue as we reach the overtime stage of this round number 2 of this game number 3. Bobo King, we've seen him absolutely cook on this Winter Soldier, but he needs to absolutely play out of his goddamn mind. The feast is great onto Bobo King. That's the main damage. That's going to be him going down. Everyone else on Rival, they need to find a way in, but they're not going to get it. They're going to get shunned out, stunned into the sidelines. A team that was invited to the tournament will get absolutely knocked away by Assemblefire.
Assemblefire with an amazing salvo towards the end, able to actually stop any attempts from that teleport. They still had the right mind, the right strategy to go into it, but the team fights were too, I would say, too overwhelming for them to kind of get back from. Once they had the switch up from Star-Lord, for Star-Lord to switch up to the Winter Soldier, Slowest Soldier really started to pop off, and the victory goes to Assemblefire. Congratulations, Assemblefire. You actually qualified from the open qualifiers, and now you're able to secure that 4th place spot for now here in the group stage.
Yep, once again, we are at that halfway point, so we will soon enough take a look at the current state of the groups. But for now, Assemblefire